So this is Janos and not Steve Gutenberg, the audiophiliac, although the tunes might have tricked you a little bit there, but it was on purpose because I'm going to talk about one of Steve's videos that he just posted, and let's have a look at it. So this is the video when non-audiophiles listen to high-end audio, and here is just a screenshot from that video that he is basically talking about Devon Turnbull's or Ojas Audio's system that Devon did something really interesting in New York in an art gallery. He set up a system, and then people could walk in and listen to music in the art gallery, and that's why the title is when non-audiophiles listen to high-end audio. And this is something that I think all of us can relate to, because all of you who are listening to me went through such an experience one day that you were a non-audiophile, you listened to high-end audio, and you became an audiophile. And what makes this special, this experience special, is that there is an opportunity. Devon gives an opportunity for people to listen to a system which is using that sort of design philosophy that I'm going towards. So my system uses the same design philosophy as Devon's system, basically a simple analog source, high quality analog source, and simple amplifier, nothing complicated in it, make it as straight path as possible, and very high efficiency, ultra high efficiency loudspeakers. So basically it's almost like a lightning rod system, so you directly get what was recorded with the least amount of alteration. And of course we could do this with digital as well, but I do notice that when you have this lightning rod scenario, that you don't do any alterations, any changes to the sound, and you have ultra efficiency, then something else starts to happen in the analog domain. So when your music is all analog, of course it does make digital sound like you never imagined before. That's also true, but analog becomes something totally next level, or I would say gives you an experience that goes beyond what you thought can be experienced. At least that's how it worked for me. And I have heard several ultra efficient systems. I never heard Devon's system, but as Steve is showing it, he has another video, and there he shows the front end driving those speakers. As you see, it looks like he built his turntable. Looks like his phono stage is also he designed and built it, and there are amplifiers. It looks like, I think he builds everything. I've listened to this video a long time ago, and I just really forgot about what was exactly said in the video, but I recommend it for you to watch it if you can, because it was really beautiful, and it's really worth to watch it. So coming back here, if you are in New York and you have a chance to drop by, then you can listen to and hopefully have an experience that's similar to what I recommend for everyone to try out, what I think of as natural sound reproduction. And I know many of you say that, oh, I never got a chance to listen to it. Well, here there's a chance. So hopefully uh, some of you can get there and check it out. Now, in the near future, I'm not going to New York, but when I'm going, I'm definitively going to go and see it, if he still has it there at that time in the future, which is unknown to me. But it's something that's something interesting, and I thought I would share this with everyone, that I am not the only loony bean out there who is working with audio gear that's a straight signal path, no complexity. It's not trying to control, to mechanize the sound, just give you as direct access to the recorded stuff on your media as possible. And it will give you a very different grasp of the sound, how you approach sound, how you approach the world of music. It's going to do something very, very different. And why I think probably this is the best time to talk about this, why I think that vinyl, that LPs make such a big difference versus digital for me, is that on these type of systems with ultra efficient direct path, when I listen to an LP, every time, every single time I listen to the same LP, it's different. It's something different. And those who are used to digital, I think they would find this and do find this unnerving, and they want to tweak and want to hustle to make it, fit in a square box, to have the exact same thing. It's in the same album cover, it should sound the same every time. No, it does not. If you want that type of experience, that it's in a cover, and you want to feel like the same vibration, the same resonance, then listen to a CD. But for LPs, it can be really uncanny. So I'm paying the same LP, and one day it's just like, music is there, it's beautiful, it sounds like a high-end system or something. It's fine, and we can argue, is it better, or is the digital version of it better, and whatever. Five people would say analog, the LP sounds better, other five would say the digital sounds better. But we can chat on forums and the days go by, but no productivity whatsoever. But some days I put on that record, and it's it's transcendental experience. And with CDs, of course, there's also variation. Sometimes electricity is better or worse. Am I in a more receptive mood or less receptive mood? Are the neighbors too noisy, or is it very quiet? So there is a variation too, but there's a feel that's coming from digital domain, that there's a constantness. So that the valleys and the peaks are restricted. It's kind of like a river. When I'm exploring digital, I feel like I'm exploring a river, meandering and flowing, and sometimes, like a higher tide, lower tide, but there's not that much going on a river. But the analog LP is like the ocean, and there's like tremendous variability in the ocean. Sometimes it's like perfectly quiet, as if you are just looking at a mirror, like a mirrored reflection of the sky. And then other days, like maybe you have a hurricane, or a tsunami, or a typhoon, or just beautiful surf waves. And every time you go to the ocean and look at it, maybe you don't if you don't live next to the ocean, but I work on right at the ocean front, so I do see the ocean every day, and it looks different every day. And that's how vinyl is. And especially when you experience it through this purist approach, that simplistic approach that doesn't want to control the music. We don't want to control the sound, and just have all the parameters in really, really perfect, I don't know what, control, all sorts of negative feedback, and all sorts of trickery to have everything aligned and EQ'd and manicured. Um, and it's kind of, you get the feel with these modern mainstream systems that when you are watching horses that are trained, and yeah, they jump beautifully, but you see something in those poor horses. The spirit of the horse is gone. Mm. But when you see the wild horses, yeah, the wild Mustang would never finish, that hula hoop course of jumping through the bars and poking the hay. And I don't know what else they do in those horse racy things, but uh, they just, you the spirit, of a wild horse is just there. And especially if you can, like, observe those animals in the wild, it's just unbelievable. Mm. And I think that's what happens when you are experiencing sound and music from a purist system. You get the wild horse experience, one where the spirit is not broken, it's not limited, it's there, and you have access to that. And I think as human beings, that's what we need, because in our society, our spirits are just so crushed. Especially if you watch news every day, it's just so sad. As kids, we have our dreams, we have our fantasies, and as we grow up, you go to school, it's really dreary, it's monotonous, it kills all the joy. And then you get a job, you punch in, you punch out, you pay your bills, you feed your kids, and then you die, kind of like that sort of rhythm that you get into. And it just sucks out the marrow of most of mankind. And and what we desire is just authenticity, the spirit coming back and returning, that knowledge that there's more to this world than just canned goods and the prepackaged media and things like that. And that's what art is about, to free your spirit. When they asked Michelangelo that how can you make these amazing statues, and he said that I'm not making them. These figures, they are in the stone, I am liberating them from the stone. So that's how I look at audio gear, is that the audio gear doesn't make sound, it doesn't make the music, it's there to liberate the music that's on that recording, either digital format or vinyl or tape or whatever. The purpose of the system is to liberate that potential from there. And uh, and it looks like analog domain has much greater potential for liberation than digital thingies. And don't get me wrong, they're just astonishing digital stuff, and it will sound amazing. And digital has the potential, because nowadays we use like computers to enhance the sounds and create computed universes of sound, which are just absolutely phenomenal and unimaginable. But and it also makes your spirit soar. But uh, that part of analog, like that recorded history that connects us back to our roots, back to our past, where we came from, to me, that's 1,000 times more impacting than either the present that we live in, and the creations of the musicians in the present, or those landscapes that we try to bring down from the future, how we imagine how the future will unfold and create these futuristic sounds, which are tremendously wow, just mind opening, but it's not grounding. It doesn't help you to ground yourself down and focus on staying like a positive influence in for humanity and for Earth. When we dig back into our roots, that's where we can find what is it that makes us human, and what is it that we messed up, that that our generation and the past generations messed up things royally on the grand scale, and it is our duty, the individual's duty, to fix what society uh, muddied, or the problems that us mankind have created. And I don't want this to be negative message, because I don't think there's anything wrong. Life is life. There's tremendous beauty. There's also tremendous pain and suffering. And it is your job, my job, all of our job, to tip the scales. Where are we going? Where are you going in person? Where your friends are going? Where your community is going? Where your bigger community is going? That just do your best to promote a healthy living, uh, that you yourself stay um, helpful for the rest of the world, and then your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren's generation will think of you, that yeah, grandpa did help our generation, or they will think of you, grandpa really did his share to mess up our life. So I just want you to think about that. What is the future you want to pass on to your grandchildren? And music is really a key, like a tuning fork, that will help you to align your mind, your soul, your spirit, and your heart to the direction where your grandchildren will bring flowers on your grave, and they don't want to on your grave. So 100 years from now. Have an awesome day. Please like and subscribe. And I wish everyone very, very deep music listening experiences. Bye bye.